Hello, and welcome to the Celestial Scholar Podcast, where evidence meets energy and the stars tell more than stories. They reveal blueprints for the soul. I'm Dr. Lauren Van Gerwen, communication scholar, intuitive astrologer, and curious human being, here to guide you through the cosmic patterns shaping your path. Whether you're a skeptic, a seeker, or somewhere in between, this space invites you to explore astrology as a tool for reflection, empowerment, and self-understanding. Let's unfold the sky together. Ever since I've gotten into astrology, I've met so many people. Some are skeptical and obviously, it's a pseudoscience, and it is. And they think it's absolute hogwash. It's not. Some people are fellow enthusiasts and they're right there with me. And some people want to get into it, but they're a little hesitant. And honestly, I didn't always consider myself an astrologer. It's only recently that I've started saying, yes, I do astrology as entertainment fun. Oh, I do astrology, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I've read a lot about that, but really, I am an astrologer. And saying that has taken a lot of growth, and it's a little bit scary, honestly, as somebody who is an academic and a researcher by trade. If you're one of those skeptics, but you're kind of on the fence, if you're a skeptic and a hard skeptic and you have no idea, why are you listening? If you're interested, you're intrigued, you're open, but still skeptical, this episode is for you. If you're a curious seeker, quietly cosmic scholar, because that's who I am too. So you might be intrigued but hesitant, or maybe you looked your chart up, but then it didn't resonate with you, or you had a reading with someone else and it was off completely. Maybe you just got a reading at the French Quarter in New Orleans or something. Some real people in there, but most of them are just looking to entertain somebody for a buck, right? Maybe you've had a good experience with astrology or something similar that you can't quite explain. So as a researcher, as an academic myself, what I really like about astrology is data. So you might be thinking, well, why don't you just research astrology as a researcher? Well, okay, I have a job and I have research for my job that I have to do. Maybe one day I'll be lucky enough to have enough room in my brain and extra time. I would really genuinely love to explore it on a research level. But I'm only one person, right? So data points. That is essentially each planet in each house with each geometric. Let's bring it back to the physics part. Remember, let's go back. We have the circle of the chart, and it has 12 houses, just like a clock face. And your blueprint is based on, you turn that circle above you, and that's a 2D representation of what the sky looked like when you were born. So each of those points, a lot of other people have those same points. You might think, well, yeah, you might be born on the same day in the same place, but you're radically different people. And actually, I have an example of that. It's interesting. So I have two friends. One of them is my best friend. The other is a significant other of a friend. They are born both in the same city on the same day, many hours apart. I don't remember how many, maybe 8 to 12 hours apart. And I was looking at transits for my best friend coming up. I noticed there was a tough time. It just happens, right? And I was like, oh, wait, isn't friend's partner born on the same day too? And looked at their chart. Yeah, sure enough, that played out. And they both had significantly challenging times on the same day. Yeah, but they were radically different in nature. So yeah, time matters, points matter, data matters, minutes matter. So let's say I'm reading somebody in their mid to late 30s, okay? So if they're skeptical, I might say, okay, well, let me go back in time and look at your chart. I might look at what I know is, so there's seasons of life that everyone goes through that are going to happen between this age and this age. So an example is the Saturn return. So a return, again, is just when the planet goes all the way around the solar system and comes back to the place where it was when you were born. So your solar return is your birthday, right? It happens every year. Your Saturn return happens every 28 to 31 years or so. So if you're older than that, I can go say, okay, and I can go back in the chart and I can look up dates in the ephemeris table, and I can say, between this date and this date, did you have a challenge that helped you grow wiser or become a more adultier adult, is how I like to say it. And I can go even further and say, because I can look and see to the day where it was exact. And I've had people, their minds be blown and say, oh, wow, yeah. So I was going through a divorce at this time. I was having this giant move across the country at this time in my life. That's when I established my life as I know it now. My child was born that week. It's really cool. So we hear of things in everyday life that you might not think about as astrology. For example, you may have heard, if you have anyone in your life who's in a medical profession, especially in ER, an emergency room, that more people tend to come in with injuries during a full moon. Well, we know that the full moon or the moon affects water, the oceans, the tides. Why would it not also affect us? So I'm not saying, oh no, a full moon, doom and gloom, everyone's going to go crazy. No. But a subtle, soft, but clear, and if you were to track that kind of data, demonstrable influence. Another example would be Mercury in retrograde. It's something that's become popular in the last few years, or more commonplace for people to be aware about and talk about. So what happens when Mercury goes retrograde? So it's an optical illusion, essentially. So we talk about Mercury. What does retrograde mean? Backwards. It retrogrades in space and time. The planet actually does not physically go backwards, but from the viewpoint of the Earth, it does. It looks like it goes backward. It slows down, stops, goes backwards, and then it slows down, stops, and goes forward again. So that's Mercury retrograde. It happens anywhere from 2 to 4 times every year. Mercury is a fast planet, right? It moves around the sun very quickly. But what does that mean in terms of astrology? So how do we see it in everyday life? So the big cliche is Mercury retrograde makes electronics go crazy. So an email that gets sent to your draft folder instead of sent, or your phone plan going wild, or internet going out. You're at the checkout line at the grocery store, and they're like, hold up, our payment system is just being crazy today for no reason. Little things like that. Another thing about Mercury retrograde that is kind of like good advice. Don't sign contracts during Mercury retrograde. Are you looking to buy a car? Are you looking to buy a house? Are you looking to sign your contract for your new job? If you can wait, please wait.
Why?
It is, and the reason you should wait, if you can, now don't let this kind of advice rule you. Don't be afraid. But if it's possible, it's just more likely to go wrong. And I've been observing this. And is it correlation? Is it causation? It's probably a mixture of both. Right? Psychology gets in our heads, and then, you might cause something to happen just because you're aware of it, right? Totally possible. But, so for example, I have a friend. She's going to listen to this podcast and know that I'm using her for so many examples. I have a friend, and she was going to buy a new car. And I said, if you can wait 2 weeks, please do. And she was like, nope. And yeah, she had to sell that car. Like, maybe 2 years later, a year later, I can't remember why, but she did. And she did not want to sell the car. It was a good car. It's a cute car. That same friend, possibly, I bet you like right now, she might be signing for a house. I said, can you wait? And she was like, nope. I said, okay. So we'll see, to be determined how that plays out. I need to start tracking this and actually keeping track of the data that I would like to. It's yeah. For example, President and Nancy Reagan, they employed an astrologer for all of the timing of the release of any major press release and news, when to make a decision, when to sign that contract or that bill. Sometimes they would release things at like 2:23 a.m. Why? Not because they were rushed, because that was a precise chosen time to maximize the benefit of their power, honestly. And they're right. If you're beginning something, if you're ending something, the date that I actually will choose to release the first podcast is going to be carefully chosen, because there'll be a chart for this podcast, a chart for the business that you start, a chart for marriages. The minute that you say I do creates a chart for your marriage together. And yeah, it's pretty accurate. There are a lot of people who think that what happened during the Reagan administration was crazy, and that's okay. If you want to believe that, you absolutely can. If you want to believe it was more, you absolutely can. You don't have to believe in astrology to benefit from the reflection it offers you. It's a tool, much like tarot cards. Are some people who read tarot cards psychic? Maybe. Are a lot of people who use tarot cards not psychic? Absolutely. But does it change the reflection that it brings? No, it doesn't. So I say it doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. It can still be beneficial and help you. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, I'm Dr. Lauren Van Gerwen. I'm an astrologer and a researcher. And what astrology can offer you today in today's world that is filled with so much noise and advice and chaos and AI, etc., is a sense of timing. It can give you inner clarity and an understanding of how your personal cycles go, and if you want to continue those, how to keep that going. But if you want to break those cycles, what to do and what to avoid. It can give you support during times of transition or times of restlessness, or an affirmation of what your inner voice is trying to tell you. I can help you listen and receive those messages. And I'm not here to convince anyone of what I do. Please do not pick a fight with me, because I will just ignore you. I'm here to guide those who feel the pull to become informed and empowered to enact positive change in their life path. And this is what makes me different from other astrologers. I bring the groundedness of a scientific mind and the intuition of the mystical and the unknown. I can help you not only understand yourself better, because that's what your basic chart does, but I can help you understand periods of time that are coming up in your life that might be more challenging than others. I can help you time events in your life to maximize the positive energy. And I can help you understand your relationship with others, whether it's a significant other, a parent, a sibling, or even a colleague. So next time, we'll be looking at the nuts and bolts of what I will do in an astrology reading. So thank you for joining me on this journey through the stars. If something resonated, feel free to share this episode or leave a review to help others find their way here. For personalized astrology readings and soul blueprint sessions, connect with me on Instagram at celestial_scholar. And until next time, keep listening inward and upward.